guys, this is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews, and today we are going to talk about the best 9 cycling apps available in our opinion to you. I mean, if you are an avid cyclist and you have training goals, then getting a cycling app, I think, is paramount to your fitness goals. Now, a couple of things that we have looked at when we are testing different cycling apps, and we have talked to so many people on the Garage Gym Reviews team who have done triathlons, who have done bike races, who are avid endurance athletes. They've given our opinion, told us what to look for. How do they judge the metrics? Do you have the ability to create your custom maps? What is the community like? What is the coaching like? And so much more. But before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can continue to see all things fitness. Now, there is a lot of details that go into these apps, and I'm not going to go through every little bit. I mean, we would be here like all day long, and there's no air conditioning right now, so I want to get out of here, okay? I'm going to give you the bare bones of this. I mean, there is a lot of details that go into the cycling apps themselves. If you want to read more information, we actually have a full written review on our website. We'll go ahead and put the link below the like button in order for you to check that out if you want more information about the apps that we talk about today. All right, first is Strava, and we think this is the best app for tracking metrics. Not only are you going to be able to track your cycling, which again, this is a cycling review, also running, but Strava has over 30 sports available in order for you to track. They actually just added 9 sports to their list of things available to track. So even things that kind of surprised me, like squash. Never played squash, but if you want to track squash, that is available on Strava. Badminton, table tennis, and so many more sports, even like HIIT workouts, you can track that on Strava. Another benefit to Strava is they have a free option available. They also have a subscription option. Along with this free option comes your basic stats, so distance, elevation gain, calories, time elapsed, heart rate, and so much more. With the subscription, you're able to have a more in-depth review of those metrics I just talked about. You're also able to set goals for your heart rate, power zones, create custom maps, have more coaching, and an in-depth training log along with a paid version. Now, one thing to say about Strava is it has been called out for its lack of privacy. Now, it's going to show you where you're at on the map. Some people don't like that. So if privacy is a concern for you, make sure you read through the details and the fine print of what Strava has to offer so you're not surprised by anything. Okay, next is iFit, and we have given the best cycling app for on-demand classes. With iFit, it comes with over 16,000 on-demand classes available to you. Not just cycling classes, but you also have the ability for treadmill classes, HIIT classes, Pilates, yoga, strength training, and so many more. With iFit, there isn't a free version. It's only a subscription-based service. So you can either go ahead and pay the $39 a month for a family membership, and that includes up to 5 users, or about $15 a month for an individual membership. Now, you can only pay the individual membership at a yearly cost, which is $180, but it does come around to $15 a month. With iFit, they have integrated with Google Maps, which means that you can create your own path and essentially go anywhere all over the world, ride along in like the hills of Ireland or New Zealand or wherever you want to go. I think it's a really immersive experience. It's led by professional cyclists, certified coaches, overall a super fun, engaging program, and you can create the level of intensity with the route that you want. I mean, whether or not you are a beginner or an advanced cyclist, you have that available to you on iFit programming. Last thing I will say about iFit, a lot of NordicTrack and ProForm cardio machines come with the iFit experience, and they have auto trainer control available to it. So basically, you would pick a cycling class. Your trainer will set the resistance or the incline to your program, so you don't have to mess with anything. All you really need to do is follow along with the class and enjoy your ride. Okay, so MapMyRide is, I don't know if you can like determine this, like play detective from the name, but it's actually really good for its mapping capabilities. Who would have thought? Essentially, your phone becomes like a tracking computer that will track your rides and your progress as you are on them. It also has routes available essentially all over the world, and you have the ability to create your own route or follow along with others and follow along with the routes that they have created. In real time, you can go ahead and track your elevation, your time elapsed, your calories, or go ahead, wait till the end, upload it to your computer, and have a more in-depth analysis of all the metrics that I'm sure all of us like geeky people like to track. One thing I love about MapMyRide is the fact that it has both a free and subscription option available. Now, the subscription option obviously has more in-depth analysis, more tracking abilities, but I don't think the free version is like anything to throw out just quite yet. One thing that MapMyRide does a really good job of is creating like a social networker community in order to get you connected with other cyclists. So you can go ahead and meet up with other cyclists, follow along with that route, create your own route, have an in-depth analysis of all your metrics, elevation gain, heart rate zones, power zones, and so much more. With the paid or like the MVP version of this, you can go ahead and meet up with other cyclists. You can go ahead and create custom splits, have heart rate, zone goals, and so much more. If you are somebody who doesn't want to necessarily do a lot of riding outside, but you are more of an indoor cycling enthusiast, then I think that you should check out the app Zwift. It offers a lot of features for those looking for more of an indoor cycling experience. Now, one thing that I love about Zwift is it has more of like a game arcade-based interface. You want to compete against other cyclists in more of like a game interface, then Zwift is very fun. Not only does it have that game capability, but it has coaching by like professional athletes, professional coaches on the app that you can go ahead, follow along with their training programs, follow along with their features, and train against other people on the app. One call out that I do have about Zwift is there's no free version to it. It costs about $14.99 a month in order to use that app, and you might have to download some hardware in order to get Zwift up and going for you. TrainerRoad is the app that we have chosen for the best way to plan your workout. What you are going to do when you go ahead, open the app, is take an FTP. There are many to choose from, essentially a fitness test. It's going to go ahead and create a custom program based on things like your time available, how many days a week do you want to train, what is the intensity that you want throughout your workout, do you want to focus on indoor or outdoor riding, what are your elevation goals, and so much more information goes along for them to create a custom program, which personally I love. Now, after you've used a couple of their programs, they're actually going to go ahead and do a more in-depth analysis of your ride, evaluate your performance, how long did it take, what was your heart rate at, analyze all the metrics that go along with that ride, and then continue to challenge you and push you. So do you need to ease off? Do you need to bring up the intensity? It is a very smart way of training. Now, if you are a triathlete, I'm sure you've heard of Sufferfest. It is now called Wahoo System, and this is great for triathletes. All right, so if you are a triathlete, you are probably following along with a swimming program, a biking program, a running program, and it doesn't really account for rest, which is incredibly important. Basically, what Wahoo System has done is created programs for your biking, your running, and your swimming with built-in rest. It communicates all together with your metrics, how long you're working out, how many days a week do you want to work out, what is the rest involved in that situation, and then creates a custom program for you, which I think is just incredibly smart. It eliminates the possibility of burnout, fatigue, and I think it's just an overall better training program for your body. One thing that I do wish Wahoo System did better was create a community. There isn't a lot of community interface or meetups or challenges available to you. It's more of an individual plan. So if you are somebody who is like an Enneagram 5 and just wants to be by themselves and an individual and train hard, you might really benefit this. But again, if you're like an Enneagram 7, I don't know if you guys know the Enneagram, but if you are an Enneagram 7, you might not enjoy this. All right, so as of this morning, right before we were getting ready to film this video, we found out that there is a massive recall on the Generation 1 Peloton bike. Now, this doesn't include the Bike Plus, but just be aware as we are talking about the Peloton app, we are talking again about the app. And if you use the app in conjunction with a bike, make sure that you have the appropriate bike and that it hasn't been recalled. Now, we have given the Peloton app the best studio cycling experience. I mean, if you have been around any capacity, I'm sure you have heard of the name Peloton. They not just boast a ton of cycling classes, but they offer a ton of on-demand and live classes, things like cycling, riding, HIIT workouts, strength, Pilates, and so much more. The classes are live or on demand. Now, the thing is, if you want to take any sort of live classes, you do have to have a Peloton Bike Plus in order to connect to the app, other users on that app. So if you're wanting any sort of community aspect, make sure you have the Peloton Bike not just the Peloton bike app. If you're somebody who is competitive, I think this is a great app for you. You can compete against other cyclists. You have a worldwide leaderboard that you're going to go ahead and follow along with, see your overall ranking in that worldwide leaderboard, which I am competitive. I love that aspect, especially if you're consistent, you're consistently riding and see your name like climb that ladder. I mean, there is no better feeling. Forget about having kids. Forget about the first time I saw my child. I want to see my name rank up on that Peloton leaderboard. With Peloton, you're going to have access to any type of class you want in terms of intensity. So if you are a beginner, they have beginner classes. If you are an advanced cyclist, they still have advanced cycling classes. And the music is like top-notch on a Peloton app. The instructors are high intensity and offer a lot of valuable coaching. Now, if you are looking for an app with a lot of navigational features, check out Komoot. I think that's how it's pronounced. Maybe it's Komoot. I'm going with Komoot. So if I get it wrong, like put phonetically in the comments how you say that, because honestly, I'm not quite sure. Is that it has route planning available on both your mobile device or your desktop. The thing that I think is really unique about this is that it's going to plan your route according to like your road type. So is it gravel? Is it dirt? Is it a road? What is the elevation? What is around there? Is there a lot of traffic in this area? I mean, it takes all the environmental factors into consideration as you're planning your route. If you say, I want to avoid a road with lots of traffic, you can go ahead and set the app to that. It's going to take you a different way. It's going to let you know ahead of time the route available to you so that you're not taken by any surprises. It also has turn-by-turn navigation as you are riding, essentially like a Google Maps would have in your car, which I think is just a great feature. You can also set your route. So if you are looking for a smooth, easy ride, it's going to go ahead and direct you that way. If you are looking for something with a lot of intensity, a gravel road, a lot of hills, it's going to set you that way. Overall, this is a very smart app that's really going to help you navigate which direction and what you're looking for in terms of your ride. Another thing that I think this app does so well is it has created a very good social network. So you can go ahead, go on the app, look for other people who are along that route, meet up with them, ride together, talk, go ahead, plan coffee afterwards, connect your grandkids, have babies, be friends for life. It also connects through Facebook, so you can go ahead, check your friend list, see what other friends are active on the Komoot app, and connect through that way. Okay, now going along with my Enneagram theme today, if you are an Enneagram 6, maybe a little bit of a safety Nazi, like a little bit of a worrywart, then this app is going to be really great for you because it takes a lot of safety concerns. It minimizes the risk to road riding and essentially makes it a much more safer way to go out on the streets with your bike. And this app is called BikeMap. With BikeMap, you have over 11 million routes to choose from with over 7 million users. You can filter your route through bike type, ascent, what surface you're riding on, and so many other filters available to really determine what is the best and most safe route for you to ride on that day. One thing that I think is really unique about this bike app is that other riders can go ahead and alert other riders to safety concerns along the way. So if an accident has happened, if there is road construction and any other obstruction that could come along your way, it's gonna alert you while you're on the app. So maybe you want to avoid that car accident. Maybe you want to avoid a road that has been flooded or whatever the case may be. That way you're not like riding down. I'm serious, my friend did this, thought this puddle was like this big, went through it, took his kid on the back, wiped out. They're all okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling you this story. But if he had been using the app, maybe he could have avoided that situation. Last thing I will say about this, and it's really great for those of us who are very safety conscious, is if you fall, if there's any sort of accident, it will go ahead and alert other users in the area as long as they have iOS to the accident in order for you to get help very quickly. If you are a cyclist, if you use any of these apps, I would love to know which one is your favorite and which one is your least favorite. I think for me, one of the coolest ones is Komoot, even though I don't necessarily know how to say its name, but I really like the features available to that app. Again, let us know in the comments if you are a cyclist, which app you are using, or maybe you just don't use an app, you're old school, or maybe you're just like a free spirit and are gonna do your own thing and just go for a ride and enjoy nature along the way. Either way, let us know in the comments. This has been Lindsay with Garage Reviews.